Welcome to the event. We're really happy that you're here. We're about to go live in just a few moments, but before we lift off, there's a few important things we want to make sure that you're aware of so you get the best possible experience out of this. First of all, the sound current is supremely important to us, the musical experience. So if possible, we really encourage you to use good speakers or headphones to experience the class with. Second, if you have any pre-existing injuries, please take care of yourself, modify as you need to. Don't risk exacerbating an injury because of a yoga exercise. If you have any pre-existing medical conditions and you're not quite sure if this would be good for you, please consult with your primary healthcare practitioner and make sure it's the right thing for you. Also, make yourself relatively comfortable. You can use a cushion, and in fact, we encourage you in our seated positions, meditation practices, to use a cushion. It helps lift the heart up, keep the spine straight, and it's more ideal for the flow of energy in the body and for the meditation experience. You can even be sitting in a chair with feet flat on the floor for those of you that are unable to sit in a meditative sitting posture on the floor. Just use a chair, and for many of the exercises, that will work perfectly fine. And then lastly, if you're having any problems with the video streaming, try refreshing the page, or if you see a gear icon on the video, adjust your resolution. If you're new to this type of thing, just take care of yourself. If there's something that you don't quite understand, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Everything that needs to click will click after a few times of trying it out. Enjoy the experience. We're about to get started in just a moment. Greetings. Welcome. So glad you decided to jump in. I'm Jaidev, and we're here at our Life Force Academy home studio in the Sierra foothills of Northern California, Nevada City, California. And very grateful to be here with you and wherever you are, and thank you for being a part of this. It's a simple thing, what we're going to be doing. We're going to be exercising. But we're not going to be exercising as we might think of it in the ordinary way. Partly, we're going to be exercising our body, but we're also going to be doing a little of exercising our mind. That's always the more difficult part, but also the most fruitful part, because when we can get our mind to be a little more relaxed, a little more aware, a little more open, a little more kind of tuned in to the more essential meaningfulness of our life, automatically we start to feel more happy. And when we talk about bright and beautiful, what we're talking about is generating a real happiness, because at the end of the day, no matter what it is that we do for the body, it's the happiness of the mind that will give us a real kind of magnetic charm, a real kind of uplifting aura about us. And we all love that. We all love to feel that within ourselves. We all love to feel that within others. And we all have the capacity for that. So it's a workout of the body. It's a workout of the mind. But here's what I think is maybe the most essential part, and that which makes both of those two things, working with the body and working with the mind, much, much easier. That's we're going to be working with the life force. And this is what they call in the Chinese system the qi, and in the Indian systems the prana, life force. when you go to the acupuncturist and they put the needles in and you leave, and it's like, wow, I feel great. They know how to work with the life force. And that's what in yoga practice and in meditation practice, we know how to work with the life force. And what's so rich about Kundalini Yoga is its understanding of how to work with your essential life force. It's that which beats your heart. It's that which kind of animates your nervous system. It's that which helps digest all the food and does all the things that the body's doing all the time that we don't have to really pay attention to. We don't have to think and tell our body to digest the food. How does the bone cells choose calcium? How does the muscle cells choose protein? There's a great intelligence of our body. There's a great intelligence of nature that is always operating, and that's called the life force. That's the chi, that's the prana. So when you can work with and kind of open up the life force in the body, all of a sudden there's a new kind of a new type of revitalization that occurs that's palpable. It's not philosophical. It's nothing other than the experience of what it feels like when your energy is able to open up and circulate in the body and the mind. So the life force is the great bridge between our bodies and our mind. And if you can work with this life force, and if you can learn to work with it with very simple techniques that I'm going to be showing you today, then it gives you just this tremendous tool that you now have in your life, that anytime you need to, if you're, say, your body is feeling sluggish or tired, or you're just in a funk, and the mind is feeling or depressed, or the mind is feeling anxious, now you have this incredible tool that'll allow you to, even in just a handful of minutes sometimes, be able to do a total reset. You're not feeling attractive. You're not feeling beautiful. Now you have this tremendous tool that even sometimes in just a handful of minutes, you can sit down, you can do a practice like we're about to do right now. And it's a total reset. It's a total shift. And not only does it kind of get us back to where we feel our good nature, our sense of general confidence. We all need confidence to shine. We all need confidence to stay happy in our life. But what it does even furthermore, it opens up new horizons. It gives us an experience of ourselves that often goes beyond the ordinary things that we experience about ourselves. We get to experience that we're actually beautiful, might not even be the right word. There's something about each of us that is impossible to totally define with words. We call it sublime. That mystery of life that we can't quite describe, but we all know it somehow. When a baby is born, we know it. When a loved one passes away, we know it. So there's something in the center of this thing that's majestic. And if we can tap into that, that opens up a bright and beautiful, now we're really talking. The brightness is a new brightness that comes through the eyes, through a person's presence, luster of the skin, all the things that we want. So when you work with the life force energy and learn how to open it up, this is what we're doing today, Kundalini Yoga practice, Life Force Academy. It gives you a tremendous advantage in life and the capacity to keep the body vital, keep the mind happy, and keep the energy open and magnetic becomes something that's not only possible to do, but quite easy once you get into it. So these are the first time doing these exercises. It takes a little bit of time to learn some of them, but most of them you can do pretty well the first time. With all of these exercises that we're doing, or any of these exercises that we're doing, please never risk exacerbating a pre-existing injury. Trust your own body. I'll be encouraging you. Encouraging you to kind of move or to concentrate or to go deeper with it. But you always, of course, first and foremost, trust your own body. And anytime you need to relax, please feel free to just relax. There's no real doing it wrong. There's no not doing it well. It's just giving it a try. And there's nothing really performative about it. There's certainly nothing competitive about it. It's just about taking care of ourselves and helping us feel good, taking care of our body, giving the organs of the body new revitalization, because they're working for us all the time. Your heart is beating for you all the time. Your lungs are breathing for you all the time. The kidneys are working and filtering your blood all the time. The liver, all these organs, they need support, especially as we get a little older. We want to keep our vitality up, keep our youthfulness up. We have to take care of these things. So what we're going to do is infuse the body, the organs, the bloodstream, the tissue layers with a new infusion of life force, a new infusion of energy. And you'll feel what I mean. Because when we do that, not only does then the body feel nice, even like blissful sometimes, but the mind goes into this relaxed, awakened space. But it's going to take a little practice. And so the key thing in all of these exercises is I'm going to give you a concentration point with each exercise. There's going to be 1 or 2 anchors that you can use. And it's not rigid, it's not tight, but what happens is when we're trying to cause the mind to focus in a relatively singular direction, the mind reacts. The mind tends to become stirred up. So when we're doing an exercise, our main focal point in all of these exercises will be our breath. There'll be a breath rhythm. And so if ever you're not sure what to do with the mind, always the reasonable anchor point is listen to the breath, listen to the sound of it, feel it, watch it, and as soon as the mind wanders off again, as soon as you notice that it's done that, sometimes it wanders off for quite a while before we even notice, but as soon as we notice, you just bring it back. And maybe you'll find like, I wasn't very good at that at all, or like I went the whole exercise without even realizing my mind was wandering. It's no problem. That's part of the whole process. But every time you notice, it's a win, and you bring it back to your anchor point. And there'll be other anchor points or points of concentration, working with your gaze. All of that stuff is easy to learn. And all of the kind of like little nuances of the fundamentals of the practice are easy to learn. And if you want to learn those things, which I hope you will, because when you do learn them, it opens this thing up into a whole new, really, stratosphere. But for today, what I want to do is I just want us to have an experience together and not think too much about it. If you really love the experience today and you want to go in a little bit deeper with it and really learn it more clearly, then we're going to absolutely do that. But for this experience, let's just go on a journey together. Let's work with our body. Let's work with our breath, because it's the breath that is the carrier of the life force. And by working with the body and the breath, then we get the mind to kind of relax and open up. Intuitive mind opens up. The more blissful mind opens up, and we'll feel excellent. So that's the basic idea. Okay, so you ready? Most of the exercises we'll be doing you can be sitting down. You can even be in a chair if you're not able to sit down like I am, cross-legged. And I'm here with my friend Danielle, and she's going to be doing the practice with you. And we're going to have a good time, okay? You can sit in a chair for most of these. There'll be a couple that we're going to actually come on to the hands and knees, like this first exercise. So we're going to start coming on the hands and knees, like Danielle's doing here. Open your fingers wide, and then place them down onto the floor. And then what's going to happen is you're going to begin the cat-cow motion. That's inhaling, the head is coming up, and exhaling, the head is going down in a nice, easy, smooth rhythm for yourself. Yeah? It's not so much making the deepest stretch of the muscles of your back. In this case, what we want to do is create a nice rhythm that starts to help the spine to become more supple. If we want to keep the body youthful and keep the mind youthful, one of the most effective things we can do is to keep the spine nice and supple. Spine is like the central nervous system and computer, and the spinal fluid is like the battery fluid of the body and of the mind. So if you can keep the whole spine healthy and supple, everything else benefits. So just about another 60 seconds. The breath is going to be only through your nose. Inhaling, the head is up, and exhaling, the head is coming down. Yeah? Close your eyes down now. Inhaling, the head is coming up. Exhaling, the head is coming down. And your anchor point is the breathing through the nose. Now for the last 40 seconds or so, see if you can have the mind only dwell on your breath. Stay with the breath and make it a little bit deeper if you would. Beautiful. Inhale, head up. And then exhale, head down. And relax. And beautiful. Make your way back up to sitting. Or sitting cross-legged. Okay. So now here we go. You're gonna. It's recommended if you have some type of a cushion, or you have even a blanket that's folded up. It doesn't need to be super high, but you want to, for most people, sit on the edge of it so you're connected right to your sit bones, because that way the heart stays lifted up and you're not slouching like this. That's the thing. We don't want to be slouching during yoga practice. You want lifted heart, release shoulders. Yeah? And this first exercise kind of accentuates that posture. It's called spinal flexes. And it's a nice, easy thing. It's a nice little easy rhythm. It's a lifting of the chest. The chin is slightly in, and it's a lifting of the chest on the inhale, and then exhaling back, just like this. It's just like a sniff in on your inhalation and a sniff out on your exhalation. And with the body, you're not going to your maximum extension point. You're just making a light, soft movement that will open up over the next couple of minutes, like this. Now close the eyes, listen to the breath. Stay with it. Seconds. See if you can you keep your mind on the breath? Little deeper with the breathing. Inhale. Keep the eyes closed down and suspend the breath in. That means keep the breath in, yet relax your upper body. And hold this position here, and through your nose, exhale. Now you're going to please inhale deeply. Suspend the breath in. That's keep the breath in, yet relax your upper body. And now lift up the root lock, that's lifting up through your perineum, pelvic floor, and navel, up and in. Exhale the breath. One more time. Inhale deep. Keep the breath in. Relax your chest, upper body. Lift the root lock. That's rectum, sphincter, sex organ, navel, up and in. And then exhale through your nose. Relax. Perfect. Yeah? So this root lock we'll be working with, and it takes a little bit of time to kind of get the feel for it, but it's a lifting of the pelvic floor, like rectal sphincter, sex organ area, and then the navel. And when we say navel in yoga practice, what we mean is the area just below your belly button. So the abdomen just below the belly button kind of lifts up and in. And it takes a little time, but with a little practice, you learn how to tone those muscles up. It benefits so many things to tone those muscles up. You go work out, they're asking you to do the same thing. Get that core engaged. Here, though, when you're working with it, not just with the physical body, which we are, but also with the life force chi, the life force, the subtle energy, then by lifting that root lock, suspension of the breath in, and in a moment, then we take the gaze up here to what they call the Ajna chakra, the third eye point. And then it lifts up the energy, opens up the channels, feels good, feels like, and all those things that were, bothering me so much, they start to dissipate a little bit. Yeah? So, take a deep inhale through your nose. And fully exhale. And take your hands to your shoulders like this. You're gonna inhale, let it swing to the left. Then exhale, let it swing to the right, like a... Yeah? Inhaling left, exhaling right. Little deeper the breath. Inhaling left, exhaling right. Eyes closed down. Listen to the breath. Feel the breath. Seconds. To the center. Inhale deepest. Now suspend the breath in and lift the root lock, rectum, sex organ, navel, up and in. Hold the position here and through your nose exhale. Deeply inhale. Suspend the breath. Lift the root lock, rectum, sex organ, navel. Now, relax your inner gaze up and in between the eyebrows. And then relax, exhale the breath, relax the posture. And keep your eyes closed down for a moment. Let your body just breathe nice and relaxed through your nose. And simply do this. Follow the flow of your breath current with your mind's awareness, without judging it, without correcting it. Just follow the breath with your awareness. Is witnessing your body respirate with total presence. Beautiful. Inhale, please. Exhale. And make your way standing. You're going to have your arms out like this. And your legs out like Danielle. Fingers are firm, legs are nice and strong. You're going to inhale here, and then you're going to exhale down either side. And you're going to inhale, use your core to lift you on the inhale. You exhale down. Use your core to lift you as you fill your lungs on the inhale. Exhaling down. Don't worry if you can't get all the way down. Focus on how deep can you inhale when you breathe. You see how she's modifying it? But she's using her core to lift on the inhale. She's not letting that go. Yeah, so you can go where you can, but don't collapse your chest. Keep your chest lifted. Every inhale, filling the lungs through your nose. Beautiful. Keep going. It's like a life force windmill. Builds the magnetism, builds the inner vitality, helps to circulate the prana. Bright and beautiful, every inhale, fill the lungs, infuse the bloodstream with new oxygen. Give the prana to the cells of all your tissues and organs. To the center, fingers firm, legs strong, and relax. Exhale. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to teach you a little breath, okay? What we're going to be doing is a light, easy but rapid breathing through the nose. It'll sound like this. So the inhale and the exhale are like of equal strength. Here's a way to learn it that I can share with you. What you're going to do is stick your tongue out a little bit, and then it'll be like a panting breath, like a happy dog panting, like a Now close the mouth, do it through the nose. Inhale deep. Exhale. Inhale deep. Inhale deep. Exhale. Now try the panting again. First inhale deep. Give it something. Now close the mouth. Now inhale deep. Exhale. Inhale. If you're finding it more difficult, try to lighten it up, like just a... Inhale. Exhale. Now here we go. What you're going to do is take your thumbs out like this and your fingers tucked in. Pads of the fingers tuck into the palms. And stretch your arms out to like a 60-degree angle. And then release your shoulder blades. Good. Close your eyes down. Now inhale deep. Close your eyes and keep going. About 90 seconds to go. It becomes difficult to keep the arms at the 60-degree angle. If you can keep the breath going, focus on the breath and maintain the position. Cause that life force to kind of move through a threshold of the pressurization that the posture creates. That opens up the inner channels and causes the energy to flow, causes the magnetism to brighten, strengthen. But you see for yourself, give it a try. See if you stay the course, almost there. Keep the breath. Stay with the breath. Keep going. Inhale deeply through the nose and bring your thumb tips touching above the head. Open your fingers wide. Make your fingers tight like steel. Stretch them up. Inhale some more. Stretch up. Hold the position here through your nose. Exhale the breath. Stay with it. Inhale deep, please. Shoulder blades release. Touch the ceiling with your fingertips. Stretch the spine up. Up. Hold the position. Exhale. Last time. Inhale, please, deep. Stretch up. Stretch up. And slowly relax. Close your eyes. Let the hands just relax on the lap. Let the breath flow naturally through the nose. Follow the breath current. As you have the gaze relax between the two eyebrows, the general space where the root of your nose meets your skull bone. It's relaxing the optic gaze into that area as you follow the breath current. And inhale deep. And exhale. Okay, open your eyes. Take your arms and shake them a little bit out. It's just kind of distributing the energy through the body. And then here we go. One more to help. Really the idea is to start to get your chi, your life force, to circulate up. typically things tend to get stagnated down. There's gravity after all, so everything kind of, including subtle energy, tends to move in a downward fashion. But through this yoga practice, using the different muscle locks, using the breath techniques, and using the body postures, and most crucially, using rhythm, we put our body, mind, breath into this one synchronized rhythm. With the gaze, where your attention goes, your life force flows. So by bringing the attention to that point of the forehead, where the cerebral cortex is, the more evolutionary parts of the brain, our more reptilian parts of our brain, more reactive parts of our brain, emotionally reactive, back of the brain, bringing the energy up to the front, start to change old destructive patterns, start to build new productive patterns, makes us happier, makes us more vital, makes us feel good, makes us look good. Because when you feel good, you look good. Okay? So, here's what we do. In this little meditation, it's active. It's like these are, I always feel like they're like these, feel like ancient exercises, some sort of kind of ancient dance ritual. But really what they are is they're exercises to open up the prana, to get it from below your diaphragm up into the heart, and then up into the higher, more subtle centers of the psyche. Okay? It gives the blissful experience. And in this case, your hands are going to be palms facing up, and we're going to inhale through a puckered O-shaped mouth, left hand on top of the right. And then when you come down, palms facing up, through the O-shaped puckered mouth. So the breath is like this. Check it. When you exhale, diaphragm lifts, abdomen comes in. So it's like, like that. Keep going. Now, before too long, for many of you, this exercise will become very difficult. Do your best. The more difficult it is with the body, the more deeper you need to breathe with the breath, with the life force. So if it becomes very difficult, that much deeper the breathing. The exhale has a force. Puckered O-shaped lips. Stay with it. It revitalizes, resets, regulates the nervous system, balances the glandular system. That'll give you a new type of shine. But it's very difficult. Not too much longer to go. Deeper the breathing. Rhythm. 5 seconds. See if you can take your inner gaze, the optic nerve, and relax it up and in between the two eyebrows. Focus on the breath. 30 seconds. Seconds. Inhale, interlace your fingers above your head and stretch them up. Release your shoulder blades, stretch up. And exhale. Inhale. Interlace your fingers, release your shoulder blades, stretch up, and stretch around a little bit. Exhale. Inhale. Stretch up, and stretch around. And very slowly exhale. And relax your arms. And relax your hands into your lap. And follow the breath with your mind. Follow the breath. And feel your body. Feel your energy. And here's the final meditation. If you need to release your knees, please do so. Always a nice idea to have a little bit of water when you're using your breath like this to stay very hydrated. And you're going to take your hands, you see in this Life Force Academy, this yoga practice, it's when you go into these meditations, what you try to do is keep your body as still as possible. They all have a beginning, middle, and an ending point. And this is not very long, but it's long enough to where it does often challenge your mind and your mind's protest to being still for a more prolonged period of time. The mind's always moving. So it's like, oh, my mind. When you're doing the yoga practice, this is the time where now the mind is made to kind of operate under your command, as opposed to being swung by our mind and swung by our emotions all the time. Now, so you got your energy nice and centered, or at least it's getting there. Now you're going to take it and we're going to work with it, and it makes it quite blissful. Okay, so you take your 5 fingertips touching, thumb tips touch, index is Jupiter, middle tips Saturn, ring tips Sun, pinky tips Mercury, and you hold it right at the center of your chest in front of your body with this nice kind of sensitive touch from the fingertips, like that. You keep your heart lifted and your shoulder blades released. You want to sit tall, so be on a cushion or a chair. And then you just close your eyes. And first, just let your breath flow naturally, but calmly through your nose. The idea is to hold the body as perfectly still in the posture as possible, and let the changes happen. What we're going to do is begin to a breathing pattern where we're going to inhale for the count of 5. We're going to suspend it in for the count of 5. And we're going to exhale for the count of 5. May take a little practice. You may need to shorten the count to be 3, 3, and 3. But first give it a try at 5. So push all the breath out through your nose. Then we'll take an inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then suspend. That's keep it in, but relax the upper body. 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to exhale the breath out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's how we'll be doing it. When you're exhaling the breath out, is push it all the way out. 5. And then we'll begin the inhale again. 2, 3, 4, 5. Suspend. And you count on your own at keeping the body totally still. About another minute to go. See if you can stay totally steady in it. Now maintain the position and begin to just breathe long, slow, and deep through your nose. Just breathe through your nose and slow the breath down as slow as you can slow the breath down. And for the last little bit, give full presence and full energy to your breath. And whenever the mind wanders, which it likely will, keep bringing it back to the breath. And exhale totally. And now inhale deeply. And hold the posture and be perfectly still with the body. Suspend the breath. Let the mind be open and aware. And then hold the position and through your nose exhale. Inhale, please. Suspend the breath in. Lift the root lock, rectum, sex organ, navel. And draw your gaze to the third eye between the two eyebrows. And be totally still. And please hold the position and through your nose exhale. And final time, inhale. Suspend the breath in. Lift the root lock, rectum, sex organ, navel, and gaze into the third eye. And slowly relax. And just let the breath flow naturally for a few moments only while you sit and enjoy. And inhale. And exhale. A beautiful job. And that's the basic idea of it. It really, that's what I love about this practice, is it doesn't take anything special, it just needs your own body, your own breath. If you can breathe, you qualify. But it's helpful to have something that you can do at any time if you're feeling stuck, or you're feeling in a funk, or sometimes we're not necessarily what others would call depressed, but like everything is lackluster and we're having a hard time finding our good cheer and our creativity and our sense of purpose in life. And if there's anything that can help you really stay connected to sense of purpose in life, this practice definitely can and does. And that's probably the most important thing. When we talk bright and beautiful, yes, this is a workout. For those of you who take this bright and beautiful course with us, you'll see, and you'll really become skillful at the fundamentals of the practice. And then if you have some practice that you're doing relatively consistently, and that for some people is like once a week class, or it's a once a week practice, or some people it's a little bit every day, and then anything in between, I'll help you design how that's going to work for you. But this Bright and Beautiful course takes you step by step through the fundamentals, and it's a totally doable course with like just an hour a week for 4 weeks. You can move faster through it if you want to, but that's how it's designed to be taken. It's 4 modules. The first module, it focuses breath, life force, working with it. The second module, body, how to use the body, using the physical practice, the physical exercises. But it's not like a course where you're sitting there and you're studying. It's a course that's going to be, you're actually doing the practice. And each week you're going to sit down and essentially do a yoga class, but a yoga class that's designed you to teach this practice. So in 4 yoga classes, you're going to have strong fundamentals in Life Force Academy style of Kundalini Yoga. And I think you'll love it. And now, and as I say, it's what you're doing is now you have a tool that you can use at any time you want in your life, whether you need to kind of lift out of a depression or relax an anxiousness and a worry, or boost up sense of self-confidence, connect into a more bigger sense of purpose for your life, or just to feel good and just to feel beautiful and just to do something so you feel recharged and magnetic when you go about your day. You're going out for the night and you want to feel good and you want to feel alive and you don't want to feel dull or sluggish. You sit down and you do a practice. Sometimes it's 15 minutes is all it takes to do a really nice reset and get some light in the eyes and get the skin glowing and all of the things that we love. And, see for yourself. So I want to invite you to be a part of this Bright and Beautiful experience, this 4-week course or 4-module course. Anyone can do. You don't have to rely even on you need an internet connection to download the modules, but if you get it, you can download them so you don't have to rely on your internet connection. It's easy to use. We even provide the teaching part of the modules because there is a part of each one where I'm going to really kind of unpack not just a bit of the science of Kundalini Yoga, but also the art. The science is kind of understanding, okay, what is the life force? How does it operate? How does the mind work with it, etc.? Some basic things that are helpful to know when you're practicing. It gives you bigger context for your practice, and it helps your practice to be more inspiring, and it helps you to be more motivated to do it when you understand a bit of the science. But the art of it is when you're actually doing it. So it's not just the science, it's just as much the art of the yoga practice. And in this simple course, you'll be solid in it, solid. And this is really Life Force Academy's introduction course, where if this is relatively new to you, or especially if it's brand new to you, this is the perfect course. And it's fun. As you hear, the music's gorgeous and inspiring. It's fresh. It's filmed beautifully. And like I said, we also provide you audio so you can listen to the teaching part while you're doing the dishes or walking the dog or taking the kids to school or anytime. And it's a course you can visit again and again. There's all the practices in there. You can do them anytime. You need to sit down, do a full reboot, feel good, get a good energy for the day, however it is that you're going to use it. So it's a beautiful course. It has really nice bonus gifts for everybody who joins. You can read about them on here, and those are excellent. And the price for the course is $400. It's all the modules, everything, bonus gifts included, lifetime access to this. But there's a great sale going on right now. And if you get it now, the price is only $195 for everything that you get. So it's a really good deal. It's only for a short amount of time. And on top of that, if you get the course and for any reason you decide, actually, this wasn't for me, you let our team know within 60 days and they'll give you a full refund for it. So in that sense, it's risk-free. We guarantee our courses like that. Yeah? But what I think will happen is you'll get in there and you'll love it because it's an amazing experience. And it's a lot of fun. It's like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have found this earlier. It's kind of what everyone always says. So I'm excited for you to try it. And I want to personally invite you to try it and take a dive into this and do something awesome to have inspiration, to have good creativity, sense of purpose, and feeling amazing, confidence, bright, beautiful. Bright and Beautiful course. Super easy to get it. Just takes a couple minutes. If you everything you want to know, all the modules are on here. We put together this beautiful page for you to see, for you to be able to make a decision if you want to do it or not. But I hope you will. And it's a great deal if you get in now. That's, of course, only really limited time. So jump in if you're feeling it. And even if you're not feeling it, I hope you had a beautiful experience with this practice today and feel good and feel well rested or revitalized. And it was a pleasure to do this with you. So in any case, please keep in touch. Check us out on our Instagram platform and all the other ones. We're over there, and it was a great pleasure to share this experience with you. And I want to thank you again for being a part of it. Okay, all the best to you. We'll seal the class and the practice. Take the hands into the prayer pose. And always we give a good wish for one's life and one's family to seal the practice. We chant one long Satnam. Thank you very much. See you very soon. See you in a bright and beautiful course. Satnam.
So happy that I bought it, and I still go back to some of those practices 2 years into my experience with LFA because they're such a great foundation and they're also very uplifting. So I highly recommend the Bright and Beautiful course for everyone, no matter what level you're at.
I would say if you're thinking about it, give it a go. I think you're going to find it really worth it.